Hi everyone, I'm Bruce Swartz, and thanks very much for newcomers and for the ones that have been here for so long now. We've been enjoying all the findings that I've been finding on the surface of the moon, and thanks to this community, we've raised enough money to get a 14-inch telescope. You know, the fact that it's so expensive, that's the sad part, and to get equipment, etc., it is very expensive to get just a regular sized telescope, but some yeah. Anyway, so the 14 is not a regular sized telescope. It's a nice telescope. It's a big telescope. And yes, we do want to get a bigger telescope, but don't worry about it. I still want to do the maximum that I can with the 14. There's so much more that we can see. We're seeing anything that happens. Something happens on the moon. We really are going to see the proof. We're going to see it with a 14 inch. But of course, it's like someone that loves cars. You'll get a Lamborghini. It's nice, but it'd be even nicer getting anything, just upgrading all the time, right? Maseratis, Rolls Royce, whatever you want, Porsche, whatever is your thing. But there's a lot that can be done with even a 5-inch telescope. Therefore, with the 14, there's a lot that we're going to see on the surface. It always depends on the clear nights. It has to be a clear night. We have hazy nights. Sometimes the disturbance between Earth and the moon is so longly evident. But again, you could clearly see it's from Earth. But the oscillation that we see over the surface of the moon is what I believe is the atmosphere. John Lear said it himself on the surface of the moon, and it's very true. There's an atmosphere up there. Okay, well, first of all, that has always been stated. But it's the amount of atmosphere, of oxygen that's up there that maybe has not been divulged, told to the world. John Lear thinks there's more oxygen, more of an atmosphere up there, similar to Earth, and so do I. I agree with him because I went up to see, and what I'm finding is what's leading me. Like, I didn't do research and then go up and look. I'm up on the moon just from what John Lear says, and now I'm researching everything I'm seeing in my footage, leaving me to believe there is an atmosphere. Why? Because I'm looking up everything from chromatic aberration to the oxygens, the sodium in the air, the colors, what we would see. There's how can I say it? There's a lot of different fields that we have to look into to be able to get down to the real answer. It's so complex, But, I try to do the best that I can. And of course, researching all these fields, it's just never ending. That's what's keeping us from exposing all of the truth, All these fields of research that we need to use all these terms to be able to explain something when we could just be using our eyes, our simple eyes to see the surface. White lines. That is the biggest secret on the surface of the moon, everyone. White lines. And what do I mean by white lines? They're reflective and the same reflectivity as the surface. That's a very important phrase and term to use when talking about what we're looking at on the surface of the moon. What do I mean by that is that the surface objects, natural or not, the structuring that we are seeing on the surface has the same reflectivity as the surface itself. Therefore, we don't see the elevation of any of the structures most of the time. We have to be on, right here, that line of light and darkness, giving us a magnification of view and a chance of seeing under the veil and seeing exactly what is down there or up there or out there or in there. Who knows? Where are we? Everyone, we have this science down pat right on Earth, the technology. We know where every planet is, and we don't even know where we are or where we came from ourselves. Nice big square rectangle around Copernicus crater, separating between Aristarchus crater over top. And notice that each crater has an energy source. So they're self-sufficient up there. And these lights really are those energy sources. Whether glass tubings or corridors or paths, bridges, they are all connected. And there's a very complex, intelligent way that the whole surface was put together, on top of adding a camouflaged look to it. I mean, this is very complex. It passes off as natural for most, when in reality it is not. I can't help but say that there are clouds on the surface. There's not just a smoke or a haze, I'll tell you that, because some of these smokes or hazes are massive and they're really moving along like clouds. I do admit they are faster than clouds. I do agree with that. So it could very well be under that holographic veil or whatever kind of veil there is. You know, look at the tanks. I call them tanks. Everywhere you look, there's even a square platform right bottom there in the white right here, and a little green one here. These could be reservoirs or dome shapes of base-like objects. I don't know, but they really do look constructed. Thanks to the anonymous, humble donation that I got to the channel. I greatly appreciate it, and welcome. Thanks for watching.